Today we're in Clinton, Missouri, in the southwest part of the state. And I'm fixing to take off and do something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And Michelle is fixing to drop me off here, then she's going to St. Louis, spend some time with my sister. And I am fixing to take off on the Katy Trail. Cyclists know the Katy Trail as the nation's longest and pretty much premier rails-to-trail bike path. And this goes from Clinton, Missouri, where we're at now, to almost 240 miles east to the other side of Missouri. And this is a great trail that a lot of other places try to model their trails after. So I'm excited to get started. I'm gonna miss you.
I miss you too.
Love you.
I'm Natalie.
And I'm Pete, and we're from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
And back there you said y'all have already cycled around Iceland?
We have, yep, and several other places in Europe. So.
Wow, living the dream, huh?
Yep,
This
yep.
is a great way to do it.
It's good for y'all. Hey, y'all have a good, safe trip. I'm glad I got to see you.
Thanks, same.
Look at the shade I'm riding through. End of May, 1st of June. This is sweet. You're going pretty fast on that thing.
Hey!
Yeah. Are you going all the way to the end of the Katy Trail?
No,
No?
not even that.
Well, you're doing a really good job. You doing okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, right at 23 miles, I reached the high point. I guess that means the other 220 is all downhill, right? I stopped in at Green Ridge just for a quick rest and grabbed something to drink. Now look what I got to deal with. First flat on these Schwalbes. Keep my fingers crossed, hope that doesn't happen anymore. I just found a very, very small pinhole right in the center of the tube. Couldn't find anything in the tires. Anyway, we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm almost 34 miles in. Come up on Cloverdale Regional Park. Let's just check it out. We're not in a hurry. Hey, this looks like it might be a nice little place to stop and have lunch. Oh yeah. Wow, that was a great spot for a little lunch. Lake right over here, nice cool breeze. Nice picnic table with the awning over it. Let's get back on the road. The next stop is Sedalia. All right, we're coming into Sedalia. Here's the old Sedalia train station. There's a better look at the old Sedalia train station. Isn't that great? Now when you're going through Sedalia, they do have a workaround. But look how they've got this place marked. You don't need a map. You're not going to get lost. What a great job they've done. This is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's called Fuck the Police.
Clifton City doesn't have water like they do at some of them. But that's okay. I got enough water to last me the next 10 miles or so, which will be the end of my day. But it's kind of cool for each one of these towns you come to where they've got the history of these old towns. And I sat there reading some of these while I took a little break. It's very cool. This shade has been an absolute lifesaver. Look at this bridge. How cool is that? And here goes Edward and his family, fellow Texans from over around Dallas. Great people. Enjoyed the visit. Ride safe. Yeah, well, that was nice bumping into Edward and his family. Very nice people. We had a good chat. It was kind of nice to talk to somebody out here on the trail that's like-minded. Made it to Pilot Grove, about 62.5 miles in, and I'm fixing to look for the city park where they've got free camping. I'm all about that, free camping. Anyway, go get situated. Made it to Pilot Grove City Park where they offer free camping. This is a sweet little spot for free camping, I'm going to tell you. Check this out. It's a nice, quiet little neighborhood. Everything's just pretty and green, well maintained. So I'm going to have a nice, soft, grassy spot to set my tent up, get set up for the night, and then I think there's a couple of convenience stores. I may go find me something really good and cold to drink to wash the dust down. Sounds pretty good. All right, it's about time to pull out from Pilot Grove. It was a nice night, and y'all remember Pete and Natalie from yesterday. They rolled in last night. We shared a campground, had some good conversation, but now it's time to get back out on the trail.
See ya.
See ya.
Coming into Booneville, my first stop of the day. Still early. That was only about 10 miles or so. Love the architecture. That's the actual bridge we'll be crossing the river on. They've got a dedicated lane over there for pedestrians and bicycles. But it's just cool to come over here and check out this old bridge. Y'all may remember this bridge coming out of Boonesville from the Peddler's Jamboree video. And we're crossing over the river. And there's the old railroad bridge we were on just a few minutes ago. Coming into Old Franklin now, in the area known as the Katy Roundhouse. Sure looks a lot different than it did Saturday and Sunday on the Peddler's Jamboree. Next stop will be Rocheport, and that's about another 10 miles down the trail. And at Rocheport is Meriwether's Cafe. It's a bike shop and cafe right on the trail. And we get there, we may stop and have a little lunch. Couldn't get in there the other day during the ped jam. It was way too crowded. This is so cool. Look at that cave up in there. I don't know if you see it, another cave up in there. And this just goes for a long ways. It's pretty cool down through here. And you still get a lot of tree coverage. Of course the sun's not shining now, but it sure makes it nice. I'm coming up on the only tunnel on the MKT line, built in 1892. And on the National Register of Historic Places. And they say if you turn a light and shine it on up to the ceiling, you can still see the soot from the old trains that used to run through here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look at this plate of huevos rancheros and some orange juice. I'm fixing to dig in. Oh man, I had a great meal here at Meriwether's Cafe. If you're on the MKT or the Katy Trail and you come through Rocheport, Meriwether's Cafe and Bike Shop is a must-do. You gotta stop and try this place out. Now it's time to get back out there on the trail.
Because the best thing for your inside is outside.
I'm still riding alongside these massive bluffs. This is just beautiful. And now on the right side, the Missouri River. I don't know what the story is on this old dugout shelter here. And you can tell it's not primitive, but it's still probably at least 100 years old or so. Somebody spent some time here, didn't they? I feel like a new man after the Huevos Rancheros I had back there at Merriweather's. Feel like I could ride for a long time. But today is going to be a shorter day mileage-wise than yesterday. Of course, everybody's heard of the Lewis and Clark expedition, right? And check this out. This was their campsite in June of 1804. I love these old truss bridges and the fact that Missouri has kept them up like they have. This is great. All right, I'm getting close to Hartsburg, and Mr. Brad Bell is supposed to meet me and ride back part of the way with me, and I believe this is him. Hello, Brad.
Howdy. How are you?
Good. Y'all, this is like-minded friend Brad Bell, lives here in Missouri. And doggone if he didn't ride all the way out here to ride back with me into Hartsburg, where I'm going to spend the night tonight, and share a little bit of the trail with me. That was awful nice of you, Brad.
Well, I enjoy getting to do it, you know. Just like to meet your heroes, you know.
Well, we're going to have us a good ride. We still got plenty of cloud cover. It's just a great day out here. So we're going to start heading towards Hartsburg. Well, it's been kind of threatening all day. Me and Brad are coming into Hartsburg now, and it's just now starting to sprinkle on us. Brad said there's a big gazebo up here. You talk about timing. Couldn't have been any better. This is the destination for this evening. Had a nice early day and a good ride. Well, I had a good visit with Brad, and then Brad had about a 65-mile ride to get home. Once he left, I was going to make camp there at a little park at Hartsburg, around a gazebo. And I got to look, and there's a bar right up the road, a few patrons, and then the other direction, I could hear a lot of whooping and hollering going on. I had no idea what that was all about, but I decided instead of staying there, I went about a mile northwest of Hartsburg to Hart Creek Conservation Area. So anyway, I'm going to do a little stealth camping out here tonight. I always felt more comfortable out in the woods than I did in town anyway. The downside is 100% chance of thunderstorms tonight starting about 1 o'clock and goes all the way through tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like I said, as soon as I say it's time to get back on the trail, then y'all say that.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like movie stars.
There we go. 1, 2, 3.